How much should you actually have saved depending on your age? So I think this is a question that a lot of us have because we want to know, are we on track? Well, I'm going to show you some actual statistics of what people your age have already invested versus what advisors recommend. And we're going to go through just exactly depending on your retirement goals and when you want to retire and how long you think you might be retired for. That will depend on how much you should actually have saved and invested. Welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and this is Finance Sister, where we talk about everything related to money, having a balanced lifestyle, and having financial freedom, because that is the ultimate goal, right? So please don't forget to subscribe and like this button. It really helps support my channel, especially since I am a small YouTuber right now. This is part of a playlist of investment series that I'm doing right now. So make sure you check out my videos in the future, or if this video is a little bit older, then go back and watch those in the playlist. Quick disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor or CFP. I do write technical articles for independent financial advisors, but I am not actually licensed myself. So please don't take what I say and do your own research. We're going to focus primarily on investments in this video and in this series, but really quickly on savings. You want to have enough in your savings to cover emergencies, right? And other yearly expenses, to where you could maybe create sinking funds. If you don't know what a sinking fund is, you can check this video out after this one, and it's just a quick explanation of what those are and how to do them. But basically, you want to have enough, maybe 3 to 6 months of expenses in a traditional savings account that is liquid, you can pull from whenever you need it, and it's not in a retirement account for emergencies. But you don't want to have excessive amount in savings, because you want your money to work for you. And if it's in a savings account, even if it's a high yield savings account, like I have an Ally account, that's not going to be giving you the returns that you want. So if you need to be able to find the sweet spot in terms of how much you actually have in savings versus putting, once you get to that goal of $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, then you put everything you can towards retirement or paying off your house. Back to talking about investments. So really quick, this is a screenshot that from Ally Bank that shows exactly a breakdown in what they think is ideal in terms of how much you should have saved in retirement by age. A median income of about $62,000, they say that by the age of 30, you should have approximately 1 time your income saved. They're estimating that when you retire, you're going to be living off of approximately 70 to 80% of what you were making through your working days. So that's an ideal scenario, right? But that also greatly depends on what you actually want to have in terms of retirement when the time comes. But now let's look at a report from Fidelity that actually estimates or reports on what each age group has actually saved for retirement. And you can see that a lot of people are not actually doing what's recommended, and frankly, that really needs to change. And I'm not saying that please don't feel defeated if you feel a little bit behind or you're late in the game. It's never too late to start investing. And I personally feel like we're a little behind in where I want to be in terms of how much we want to have at retirement. But that doesn't mean that now is not a good time to start, because the best time was to start 10 years ago. The next best time is to start right now. So for the average age of 20 to 29-year-olds, it's the average balance is $13,000, and the median is for a 401k balance is $5,000. So you can tell that people are getting a slow start for various reasons, but mainly because you're just starting out, maybe not thinking about retirement as much. And 30 to 39-year-olds, the average is $46,000, but the median is $18,500. So quite a bit of people are saving way far below what would be ideal for their age group. 40 to 49-year-olds, average of $111,000, with median being $40,000, and $188,000 being the average for 50 to 59-year-olds, and $65,000 as the median balance. So again, quite a few people are doing a lot more than that median, but the median is, we can see that there's quite a few people who are doing much less. And then 60 to 69-year-olds, 212,000 for the average and $67,000 for the median. Now that we've seen what is typical for people in each of these age groups, I want to actually give you a couple tools to find out what is a good number for you to be investing right now in order to have a monthly payment or a monthly income for your retirement that's actually going to work for you. So let's go into the first one, which is NerdWallet Calculator. So let's assume that you're someone who is 28 years old and you have a pre-tax income of $70,000. So that's not your take-home, but that's your pre-tax. And you fall under that statistic that we saw earlier, that you have an average of $13,200 saved for retirement. You're putting 5% of your monthly income towards retirement, which we'll get to that in a second, which most people, if you're contributing to a normal employer 401k program, is probably around 3 to 5%. So that's why I put that there. But notice here, a lot of retirement calculators will put in that 70% of your pre-retirement income is what you need for spending, but that's honestly not the case. I think that we need to be saving more or be able to spend more at the time of retirement because of inflation. And I know that they factor in that you don't need that, but it's just not true. So I'm going to go closer to 90%, and that's what I personally would feel comfortable with. So assuming that you don't have any other kind of income and you want to retire at 67, which retirement age is normally, let's say, I want to make it 65. I don't want to retire when I'm 67. So as you can see, this number keeps going up and this number keeps going down. So if you're expecting to live approximately to the age of 95, that means that you're going to be on retirement for 30 years and you need to have enough money to be able to cover all of that. And investment rate of return, I think that this is low. You should be able to get at least a 7 or 8%. So let's say we're going to do 7.5%, and that's the rate of return. This is some disclaimers for how they're getting to that number, so you can check that out. But as you can see, 1 million, great. That may sound like a lot, but that is honestly that ends up being about $1,200, not the $3,600 per month that you actually need to support your lifestyle. The second tool I want to show you is called the RIQ from Dave Ramsey's personality host, Chris Hogan, and he is great. I love this tool because it actually gives you a better outline of what you actually need to have in place for retirement as in whole, not just the amount of monthly income that you should have. So it also just breaks down being able to get out of debt, how much you have in savings, and all of that contributes to your actual retirement number. Because if you have money going towards debt or you have a substantial amount of savings right now, that can definitely determine how much you could put towards investments, and then how much longer you would need to work in order to hit your retirement goal, or if you're closer to actually reaching that goal than you think you are. This is another great tool. So all you have to do is go into chrishogan360.com, the RIQ assessment tool. You enter in your email address and then you'll be able to go to a screen that looks like this. So basically what you start out asking yourself is, okay, what do I want my dream retirement to look like? I'm going to say travel. And let's see, annual income, let's say we're going to use the same example as before with someone who makes $70,000 annually. So they're estimating for this that you're actually going to need $5,834 per month. And that's because that's what your monthly income is if you make $70,000. So let's assume you could live off a little less because you're going to have your mortgage paid off, whatever. Let's just say we want right around 85%, which is $5,000 a month. So I'm going to click continue. Same example, then you're going to be 60 when you retire. So we'll click continue. Let's say you have the same as the other example. So all of these are going to give you different, slightly different numbers, but this is close. So that's close to that 3 million that the other assessment tool was estimating that you're going to want. So this gives you need to invest $710 per month in order to reach that. Okay, and what you can do is go up in here to this little icon and you can adjust what your actual monthly goal is or how much you have saved, interest rate. See, they're estimating that you're getting 11%. Let's just say that's a little bit more conservative. Inflation, great. Withdrawal rate, okay, let's keep that at 5%. So now it's saying you need actually $1,200. So that rate of return really does matter. And but if you're choosing good index funds or mutual funds, or you have like real estate that's giving you a better return on your investment, or it's going to be extra income, maybe you don't need as much in your retirement accounts. But let's do 10%. See how much that makes a difference. Okay, so that drops your monthly contribution that you need to do by almost $200 per month. Okay, so if you want to click forward, oh, and also cool side note here, time value of money, without adding anything else, your current retirement is worth about $275,000 if you don't touch it for the next 32 years. So if you click create your retirement plan, it'll go through and do more steps on a holistic plan for retirement. So you can just go, no, I don't. Yes, I have term life insurance. If you don't have 3 to 6 months of expenses, be working on that aggressively before you up your retirement contributions. Yes, you do a budget. How much debt do you have? Hopefully none at this point. And then it gives you some resources on where to create a will and kind of gives you check marks on what you have or have not done. I don't know about you, but playing around with these tools is so exciting and really fun. So I hope that you got some enjoyment out of it and also have more tools and resources to be able to know how much you should be investing right now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you're able to watch the rest of the playlist on basic investing principles and where you should be investing first. And please don't forget to subscribe and like this video.